Hello everyone and welcome to Stefan's podcast, the only podcast for everything Japanese news and what's going on in the big wide world. Hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. We have got some great news stories for you, so let's jump straight into them. Our first news story is about a naughty police officer who was arrested for stealing 10,000 yen from a woman at a police station. So this, by the way, she's almost 80-year-old. She was a 78-year-old woman. She went to a police station to renew her driving license. By the way, still driving at 78. Oh yeah, nice job. She went in to renew her driving license and found that her money was missing. She earmarked 10,000 yen to pay for her driving license renewal, which I'm trying to think how much it was when I went to the license place. I think it's about 5,000 yen, something about that. It's not particularly cheap. And the frustrating thing is, in Japan, you have to renew your license like every 3 years. It's very annoying. So first it starts with 3 years. Then I think it goes to 5 years if you get a golden license. It's not like the UK where you get your license for 10 years, baby. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. She went to pay for her renewed driving license, and then she realised 10,000 yen was missing out of her purse, and she was going, "What the heck? This is weird." So at first she thought maybe she lost it or misplaced it somewhere. She then gets home and is like, "No, someone must have taken that." She rings up the police. They start to do an investigation, and another police officer looks at the guy who was helping her fill out her forms and take the money and everything, and he suspect it's this guy. It's him. So they do an investigation. They ask him, basically, "Did you steal the money?" And he's like, "Yes, I stole it. I confess." And a big news story has come out from it now. The police station there has made a big apology. They said it was unacceptable, and they are now looking at taking disciplinary action after they complete a full investigation. But I don't really know how much more investigating you have to do. He admitted to doing it, so he needs to be sacked, and to be honest, maybe even face a little bit of jail time himself. It's tough because there's only 10,000 yen he stole, so the value isn't overly high. Certainly should lose his job, no doubt about that. But 10,000 yen, is that worth going to prison for? I know he's a police officer, but 50 quid? A bit low, isn't it? A bit low to go to prison for. What do you think? Should he go to prison? Should he not? If the value was a little bit more, I'd say absolutely. But the value is just so low. It seems a bit of a waste of sending someone to prison for 10,000 yen. I mean, it's a gross thing. He should definitely lose his job. He can't be trusted as a police officer, that's for sure. But 10,000 yen? Prison? Bit low, isn't it? Bit low to go to prison for me. That's what I think. But there we go. Our next news story is about firefighters. We're moving on to all the services today. Firefighters got called to respond to a mobile battery on fire in a refrigerator in a hotel. So this has been a bit of a story going around Japan at the moment about mobile batteries catching on fire. There was one the other week on the Shinkansen which caught on fire, and now this. So what happened? This guy was staying in a hotel. His battery's getting very hot, and he sort of thinks, "Oh man, it's really hot. What can I do to cool this down?" So he sticks it in the fridge to try and cool it down. Is this smart? I don't know. And then smoke started spewing out of the fridge, and the guy's going, "Oh my God, what have I done? What have I done?" And then the fire brigade got called. Luckily, I think the fire was just sort of sorting itself out. If the fire department didn't come, it would have fixed itself. I think the battery just sort of smoked itself out, or whatever was on fire burnt itself out and it stopped. But I don't particularly know if your if your portable charger is on fire, if a fridge is the best place for it. I wonder if they did it because in theory there'd be no oxygen in the fridge. No, there must be some oxygen in the fridge. I don't know. I don't know if there's enough oxygen to burn, but all I know is that fridges have chemicals inside them. I'm pretty sure that they are flammable. Let's have a look. Are fridges gas flammable? I'm pretty sure they're pretty flammable, aren't they? Flammable. Are fridge gas flammable? All refrigerators are flammable, and there's toxic stuff inside of it, so you do not want to be putting those on fire. Basically, putting in a fridge probably not the best place in the world for it. Maybe a little bit stupid, but there we go. I said a few weeks ago, if you've got portable chargers, be careful with them. They do get really hot sometimes, and especially in these hot heat we're having at the moment, it's so hot that you've got to be very, very careful with them. Just watch out, because that is not fun. I mean, Japan's hot enough already. You don't need to add a firing mobile battery to it. But our next news story coming out of the old Nihon for you is about lovely Osaka. Oh, baby. So Osaka, in their ever-growing wisdom to fight tourists, have decided to increase their accommodation tax. So originally, if you stayed in a hotel that was more than 7,000 yen, you would have to pay 100 yen to 300 yen, depending on the price of the hotel. And now they are lowering that. So if you stay in a hotel that is more than 5,000 yen, 5,000 yen or more, you will have to pay 200 yen to 500 yen. And they are doing this to combat what they call over tourism. I love this story. I really do. I think it's great that Osaka have suddenly decided that their town or city has too many tourists after just having the Osaka Expo, which was designed to get tourists to you. It doesn't make any sense. If you don't want any tourists to come to your place, don't host one of the biggest expos in the world. Don't host the biggest expo in the world so more tourists can come and see you, right? Doesn't really make sense, does it? It almost seems like they just want the money, which I suspect they do, because this is going to raise a whopping 7.3 billion yen this fiscal year, and it hasn't even started yet. So this fiscal year, is that a full year, or are they including that? Because if it's what's left of this fiscal year, we've only got September, October, November, December, 10 months left. 8. Yeah, 8 months left. So half a year, and they're going to bring in 7.3 million yen. Wow. It's almost like this is good. By the way, I really don't think these fight over tourism. I think they just screw over everyone who wants to stay there, because these charges, they still apply to Japanese people who want to stay. So let's say, for example, they had it in Tsushima, where I live now. If I needed to get out my house for whatever reason, say I'm having it redecorated, I'm having it repainted, whatever, and I need to go and stay in a hotel, oh, I have to pay this fee. Awesome. If I have some Japanese friends who want to come and stay in the hotels, I still have to pay it. Oh, that's also awesome. They have these accommodation taxes all over. They have it in Fukuoka at the moment, where I go and stay every now and again. And let me tell you, it just hurts everyone. There is no benefit to it apart from the government, who get 7.3 million yen. And Japan have to be really careful with their pricing of everything, because every man and their dog at the moment is trying to get an extra bit of squeeze that they can from the tourists. But there's a really good case example at the moment, which is Las Vegas, right? So 10, 15 years ago, Las Vegas used to be very, very cheap to go to. You'd pretty much just go and pay for your hotel, and that was it. You wouldn't have to pay for a car parking charge. You wouldn't have to pay for a resort fee. You wouldn't have to pay for all of these extra charges which they've put in. Now, Las Vegas, in the last 10 years, they started putting in parking charges for everyone going to stay at the hotels. They started adding resort fees onto stays, and just everything else, like food, dining, you name it, got more expensive. And now Las Vegas is really, really struggling because no one wants to go there because it's too expensive. And I feel like Japan is starting to do that, where every single place, if they can feel like they can get some money off tourists, oh baby, they're taking the opportunity. I mean, just in the last year, 2 years, and I've only been here for 3 years. So in the last 3 years, they've added all these different hotel taxes. To climb places like Mount Fuji, they've started to add a fee into that. And now hotels, if they can, they will charge extra for English menus, which has sort of been going on throughout everywhere, but it's becoming more prolific, I think. And yeah, I just don't I don't like the way it's going. I feel like this is a bubble, and at some point this will burst if they just keep doing it. But hey, not my country. I just think they need to be very careful with all these taxes. I feel like every week I'm talking about some sort of new tax that they're doing to discourage tourism. But at the moment, I think, good Lord, Japan, look at your economy. The only thing that's working for you at the moment is tourism, right? Everything else seems to be down or stagnant. I'd be thinking, right, let's push this to the max. This is our new economy thing. We're tourism now. But hey, there we go. There we go. If it's working, if it's working, don't try and fix it, which they seem to be doing. Our next news story coming out of Japan is about we've done police officers, we've done fire. Oh, more things about foreigners. We have let's give me the headline. Japan should debate a cap for foreign residents, government report says. So this report said that there should be a debate in the Japanese government whether there should be a cap for how many foreign residents live in Japan and how many visas get given out each year. Not necessarily a terrible thing, I don't think. I just don't like how every single country at the moment seems to be on an anti-foreigner statement. It's the same in the UK, it's the same in the US, Germany. I mean, pretty much every single country's newspaper that I read, one of the first news stories will be like, foreigners bad, must get rid of foreigners. They're taking our jobs. How can we get rid of foreigners? And it's just old news story. It really is. It just seems like it's designed just to get certain people elected. I mean, that GB News, from what I've seen, I haven't watched GB News since coming to Japan. I don't even know if GB News existed before I came to Japan, because it's a fairly new new news network, and that just seems to be set up to just basically foreigner bash, and everything that they can do about foreigners is bad. And it's just like, they're not all bad, not all of them, and they paint it with the same brush and put the facts in. I mean, let's be real, GB News is just designed to get Nigel Farage elected. But I just get so sick of hearing these news stories everywhere. Foreigners are bad. They're not all bad. When I lived in the UK, I had some good friends with people who weren't from the UK. Some of my best friends were people who didn't come from the UK originally. Same here in Japan. There's a mix of people from all over the world. Most people are good. I'm yet to meet many foreigners who come to Japan or who move anywhere have any ill intentions. I think all of their intentions are very good, and most of them I've met have been nice. But the problem is you get one or two who commit a crime, and then everyone gets painted with the same brush, that they're all evil, they're all terrible people. They're going to come here and destroy our foundations, and it's like, is it? I mean, hey, having a cap on foreign residents, maybe not a bad thing, but where would Japan set that cap? Because at the moment it's at 3%, the foreign people who are living in Japan, and at the moment they already think that's too much. So I'll be very interested where that cap would be set at. Certainly wouldn't be set at 10-20%. I can tell you that now. It'd be set at like something astronomically low. I mean, if the Japanese had it their way, it'd probably be 0.01111111. But yeah, Japanese news at the moment. Same with everywhere. Everyone's politics are all the same. We all fall in for what feels to be the same news stories everywhere. I mean, it's almost like every single political party out there is looking what Trump did and is basically just trying to like copy and paste it into their own politics so that he can win. Yeah, just driving me up the wall. Absolutely driving me up the wall. Not all foreigners are bad. Some of them are good, believe it or not. But there we go. Our next news story coming out of Japan. Actually, I think that's our last police firefighters debate. Osaka, yes, pretty much our last news story for you. Yes, it is. Oh, there's one news story that I wanted to talk about while we're here chatting away. Is the AI simulation of Mount Fuji erupting is being used to prepare Tokyo for the worst. I have to say, am I the only one who's getting a bit sick of AI in everything as well? AI gets things a lot wrong. So when they're using AI as a simulation for an eruption, that's where I get a little bit worried because AI can't even do a lot of stuff properly. And I don't like the. Have you noticed Google have implemented that now, so that if you go and search anything, they have AI mode. So you type something in and it gives you an answer via AI. Why is it on the top one? All I want to do is go to all. In fact, can I reorder these? Can I remove it? I don't need this much AI. And here's the thing, I think I'm particularly open to AI. Sometimes I've used AIs in these videos, sometimes I use ChatGPT for things, but we don't need it everywhere. Like I don't need it in Google. I can manage with just Googling things myself. In fact, it doesn't really help me. It doesn't benefit me. It's just annoying. And that's the end of the podcast for today. Have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.